Let's cross now to our Luke Shrago, who's in the city of Lviv in western Ukraine. Luke, as we've been reporting, there's been a massive exodus out of the country, Luke, since the war began. What's the situation with refugees there in Lviv?
Well, here we are at Lviv's main station. This is had become a major hub for people not just coming in, but trying to leave the country as well. It's just 70 kilometers from the Polish border. It's the last major city in Ukraine. And as you can see around me, just off to my left, behind my shoulder, there is the station's main entrance. Outside there has been a gigantic queue of people all day, most of whom have come from elsewhere in Ukraine, cities that are being bombed and attacked in the conflict, pushing them to flee. You can see aid tents around me, more than a few NGOs, in particular the Red Cross, who have set up in the small square just around me in an attempt to help those, because often they are waiting for hours and hours at a time. And it's plain to see that Lviv, Ukraine's cultural capital, a city of 700,000, is struggling to try and keep up. Authorities are trying to push people and ensure that they can leave. Indeed, there were an average of 9 or 10 trains a day leaving. Today we've been told that was in fact 15 trains have left, with the authorities trying to lay on transport so that they don't hang around the station, they don't waste their time in the cold, and they're trying to open up accommodation for them elsewhere in the city. That is a key issue. In fact, the town is absolutely saturated with both schools and universities that have been closed in Ukraine. Those have now been given over, including here in Lviv, to try and get those internally displaced persons into some sort of shelter. That includes the town's stadium as well, but it's unlikely to be enough. These tens of thousands that are constantly arriving, it means authorities are taking a very stern view. They've been trying to tackle spiraling prices, and they've asked people who find price gougers trying to profit from the situation to report them to those authorities, with the likelihood that they may face some sort of criminal responsibility. And the same goes for food and essential goods, with people asked to call a special hotline if they find price gougers there.
Luke, the Russians have yet to target Lviv, but what is the city and its citizens, what are they doing to prepare for an attack?
Well, the conflict may not have reached Lviv yet, and the city may be relatively safe for now, but many are expecting hard times ahead. And those same people, they do say that they aren't going to leave. They want to stay, and they don't want to sit down and do nothing. They are trying to push forward to support the war effort as they can, and dozens of civil initiatives have sprung up in the last days and week or so, really to try and help the army, to deny the Russians' advance and to delay their advance. There have been initiatives like the manufacture of camouflage nets, which will be used to try and disguise military hardware. There have factories that have retooled to try and create anti-tank defenses, welding steel girders together to try and slow them down. And there are other means to try and go on the attack. One brewery, in fact, has been making Molotov cocktails to use to try and provide weaponry in that sense as well. There is no real wrong way to pitch in for the war effort here. There are plenty of non-combat roles as well. We have seen teams of people moving around the city as well. It's a historic city, the city of Lviv. They're home to an awful lot of UNESCO World Heritage, and these teams of people have been going around and wrapping historic statues in cladding, trying to protect them in the event of any attack.
Okay.